The French are glad to die for love. That's all. That's all I want to do right now. May I just say, I listened to the Marilyn Monroe version of that song. I listened to the Glee version of that song, and I listened to the Moulin Rouge, Moulin Rouge version of that song, and like on a regular basis, like every single version of that song is great. I love every single version. They all give different things, and I have to say, Nicole Kidman in Moulin Rouge to me is like some of the best casting ever. I think that's one of her best roles simply because it showcases so much of her dimension. She's able to like portray true tragedy, and she's singing, and she looks the most gorgeous that anyone's ever looked in life in that movie, and she's funny, and she's like that's a crazy role, quite frankly. Like, it's a lot, but she does a great job with that, and I feel like it showcases so many of her talents, and I feel like that's one of her best performances ever. And also, speaking of Moulin Rouge, me and my friend Zoe, shout out to Zoe, we just did a little thingy-mabob where I sent her 12 movies to watch, like one a month, that she hasn't seen that I really want her to see, and she sent me a list of movies as well. And in that list was Moulin Rouge, because Moulin Rouge is so Zoe coded, it's actually crazy. And so I'm like, the fact that you haven't seen this, like, you're gonna watch this and it's gonna be one of your favorite movies you ever see. That's how like Zoe vibes it is. It's just very Zoe. I don't know how else to describe it, okay? Well, you can see Zoe. There's an episode with Zoe on it. So go watch that episode and then go watch Moulin Rouge, and then you'll see how the two are like very intertwined. But she gave me a list of movies, and one of the movies on her list that I'm watching tonight is Moonstruck with Cher. Let me tell you something about Cher, okay? Cher is just like, she can hit on all levels. First of all, she's the most gorgeous human being ever. Like, I'm sorry, but especially in the movie Moonstruck, her jawline, like her bone structure is like, talking like a Zoe Kravitz level of bone structure. Like a natural, gorgeous beauty. And she can sing, obviously. Like, she has one of those voices that's unique. She's like a Bernadette Peters, or just like a classic voice. And is she Mariah? No, but she's something completely different. She's Cher. You know what I'm saying? She's a great actress, and that's what people don't really talk about, I feel like, is she's actually a phenomenal actress. And I know she was in Mamma Mia too, and people are like, she did one scene where she barely walked, and then she sang Fernando. But she, in her like younger years, I would say, was a true, genuine, like Oscar-worthy actress. She honestly reminds me of Meryl Streep in the sense of like, she has a true level of femininity that's hard to describe because it's like a real divine femininity, but she also holds her own and is like an equal. And I know that's maybe like a weird thing to notice, but there's also like a masculinity to both Meryl Streep and Cher, that they are like, they're very fully developed, well-rounded people, and kind of Renaissance women in the sense that they can do everything and they're gorgeous. Like, they're the every woman at the same time of being like, there's one and only. And that's not a quality that many have. Quite frankly, it's a star quality. What I'm describing is the X factor. And Cher has it, obviously, but I feel like Cher is the epitome of the X factor. She's just Cher. You know what I mean? The roles that she chose, like, Moonstruck is a very homey, it's like a niche movie. I know that sounds crazy because it's one of the most famous movies of all times, but what I mean really is that it's very cozy, it's very homey, it's very personalized, it's very like, these are characters that you know exactly who they are the second they're on screen. Like, the very intense Italian culture that film displays, and the New York, Brooklyn energy that it displays. It's a specific movie. It's not like a glitz and glamour type of movie, which I kind of associate with Cher because I think of the Sonny and Cher show. But it's a very homey, like, loving little tiny movie. It feels like that's the way it feels. And she kind of did that with Mermaids too. It feels like a very cozy, close to your heart movie. And Cher feels like a star that's so unreachable because she has that star quality. And I just think her choices in film and like what she's acted in as well is like extremely underrated. She has great taste, and that's also why she's Cher. Is because she has great taste. She can do everything in a real way. Like she's a true actress, not in like a Disney Channel way. Like no, in an Oscar way, she's a true actress. And same with Meryl Streep. She can sing. She can be like the leading lady, and she can be like your best friend and like a villain. She can do everything, and that's why they are who they are. But I'm talking about Cher like you guys don't know about Cher. Everyone knows about Cher, but I just wanted to really show my appreciation. In the movie, there is like this constant reference to the moon, right? Which I think is just absolutely gorgeous, to be completely honest with you. There's like this restaurant called Luna Restaurant or whatever the fuck. And I want to say something right now. I don't ever plan on having children, but I do have a list of future baby names. I think for shits and giggles. Like honestly, not for anything specific. Like I genuinely don't plan on having children, but I guess they're just names that are really close to my heart and that I love. And one of the names on that list is Luna. I think Luna for a girl is just like the best fucking girl name. I'm sorry, but it's not even like I appreciate my name now as an adult. I think when I was a kid, I wanted to be like Katie or Emma or, you know, like one of these like common names because like you want to be in, you know, you don't want to be different when you're a kid. But as I've grown up, I really love the name Maya, and I was also named I was named after Maya Angelou, who is my mom's favorite poet, and I actually bought her book When the Caged Bird Sings, and I'm currently trying my best to read it on the subway. And by trying my best, I mean some days you just want to put in your damn headphones, and you want to fucking listen to some fucking music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired. I don't, like, it takes brain energy to read, and some days I'm, like, so effing exhausted. I can't do anything but, like, sit there on my subway, look straight ahead, listening to music, and drool. Like, that's how exhausted I am. But when I am maybe in a better mood, I like to read on the subway, and that's the current book I'm reading, and it's just great. Like, I knew it was gonna be great. It's my mom's, like, she's my mom's favorite poet. Like, of course it's gonna be great. And I feel kind of, this is like a big thing to say as like a normal fucking person, but I honestly do feel honored to be named after her. Like, I think she's a very special human being in the world, and as I've grown up and the more I've learned about her, she talks about life, she talks about womanhood, she talks about race, she talks about these really big issues, but has like a very, you know, interesting, very poetic way of saying her thoughts about them, and especially about femininity. It's really lovely to be named after someone who is so, you know, quite frankly prophetic. It feels very inspiring to me, and I feel very lucky to be named after Maya Angelou. And I was also named, my initials are MJ. My name's Maya Jaden Caress. Just to put that out there, that's my government full name. And my middle name Jaden is so that I would have the initials MJ because my dad loves Michael Jordan. So I'm named after Maya Angelou and Michael Jordan. Can't you tell? Like, can't you tell? That's who I am. But once again, like, because I'm, like, self-obsessed, I'm, like, I really have taken time to learn about these people. Because I'm, like, this is who I'm named after. That's, like, sets the tone for one's life. You know what I mean? Like, you become your name as a human being. And I feel like I am very Maya-y. And I'd love to see other people named Maya. Like, I love Maya from Upstairs Neighbors. I think, like, we're both Mayas named that are Geminis. And I'm like, that within itself, I'm like, bitch, we're connected. Like, I don't give a fuck. We're connected. And that's how I feel about almost all Mayas. Is like, I feel like Mayas are really special. I just like Mayas. Like, I just like Mayas. And there was a girl growing up who spelled her name, who was also a Maya, but she spelled her name M-Y-A, so there's still that ability to be different people, you know what I'm saying? Oh, the name Luna, that's right. So Luna, to me, is just the perfect name for a woman and a girl, because a lot of you, that's the thing, is like, I get it, you want to name your kid like some cute little baby name. This person is going to be an adult for a majority of their life, and they're going to be a little kid for a very short amount of time. So if you're just thinking of like a cutesy little unique name, I'm like, there are real ass people in the world whose names are like Lamangelo or something, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom was a teacher growing up, and she had a girl in her class named Lasagna, who that was fully spelled like lasagna, the pasta dish, and she had a pair of twins in her class, and it feels like my mom made this up, but I don't know. But my mom said that one of their names was Lamangelo, and it was spelled like lemon jello. And the other kid's name was Orangelo, and it was spelled like orange jello. And now that I'm saying that, it sounds fake. But that's what she said, and I don't know my mother for her to lie for any reason. But she had 3 kids in her teaching career whose names were lasagna, limoncello, and orange jello. And so whenever I'm thinking of like naming children, I'm like, wow, like there's a woman out there named Lasagna. You know what I'm saying? There are grown men out there now that are named Lemon Jello and Orange Jello. And that's their name. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I'm like, it seems silly to call a little girl like Paula, or like a little boy like Frank. I get that those might seem like too adulty to call a child, but think of who you want this person to be, not who do you want to look at as like a little baby and be like, hey, little Button, you know what I mean? Like, don't name your kid Button, name your kid like Frank, you know what I mean? But I fight with my sisters all the time about baby names. Literally, maybe I won't go deep into the lore of my sisters because I don't want to expose their baby names and speak ill of their baby names, but even within my bloodline, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna have a fucking cousin with a weird ass name that I don't like, and it's like we're starting off on the wrong foot. But also, I do kind of want a cat. I want pets. In my dream world, I'd have a cat and a dog. I want both. Like, sorry, I do. I want both a cat and a dog. I don't really have a preference, and I love both. And I feel like a good cat name is Luna. And I had a college professor who said that if she ever had a cat, she would name her cat Ellipses. And I'm like, that's a great name for a cat. And a dog is more like Charlie, like Luna and Charlie, fuck. I want my cat named Luna, and I want my fucking dog named Charlie, okay? That's what I want. And I think it's fun to give animals human names. I also think, like, non-human names are really cute, too. Like, I know Kat Cohen, her like brother has a pet named Lunchbox, and I'm like, that's such a good name for a pet. But I'm not that creative. Like, I just want a name. I'm not gonna have children. I'm pretty positive I'm not gonna have children. For sure, not pregnancy. But the question mark is more adoption. Like, I could see myself if I was like extremely rich and had nothing to do and was completely in love and was completely supported in every fucking way in my life, and I truly believe that I could carve out a perfect childhood for a future child that I would adopt. You know what I'm saying? But if that doesn't happen, I'm definitely not ever getting pregnant. That's just like a big effing no for me. So I think I will name my pets the names I would have given my children because I have my baby names list. So fuck you, because I'm not going to have children. So I want to use my baby names list for things that matter to me. And one of those things would be my future pet. So I'm going to name my cat Luna because if I had a baby girl, that's what I would name that child. You know what I'm saying? And I consider animals family. We're all circle of life. We have past lives, bitch. You could have been a frog. You could have been a cat. So, like, I respect animals, and I think they deserve human names, and they deserve all names. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I see nothing wrong with that. I was scrolling on TikTok, and on TikTok came up Olivia Rodrigo's quite frankly, Olivia Rodrigo's leaked songs from her 3rd album, and oh my god, they're so fucking good. Like, look, here's the thing, right? Because Olivia Rodrigo for me is like genuinely my artist. Like growing up, I had a friend who was like addicted to Justin Bieber, like obsessed with Justin Bieber. She had Justin Bieber everything. That was like, as a child, the thing that she could attach her identity to. I had another friend who was obsessed with Selena Gomez and like went to every single tour and like had posters on her walls, and everything was like, oh, I don't know what to get her for her birthday, get her anything Selena Gomez, she's gonna be fine. I didn't have anything like that. And now that I've grown up with Olivia Rodrigo because she's the same age as me, And I truly am like, she is my artist. That's all I can say. It's like I understand her and she understands me. You know what I mean? Like, we have a personal relationship like that. I'm a big fan. I listen to her all the time. But I don't think, is it disrespectful to listen to people's leaked music? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm a fan of your art. But then there's the level of consent. Like, if someone was listening to the art that I didn't like and they were enjoying it, like, I still wouldn't like that. Like, I'm thinking of my own self, and I'm like, if I didn't put it out there, I would not want people to be listening to it, because even if you like it, it's not something that I wanted out there for some reason. You know what I mean? So if I was putting myself in the person's shoes, I wouldn't want people to listen to my leaked stuff. But at the same time, Olivia Rodrigo has released 2 albums, and then she did, for a long period of time before she got a record deal, post on Instagram, like, songs from her. So literally, when I was a lifeguard, I would sit on stand, because you're on the stand for like hours at a time, literally looking out and doing nothing, like just monitoring. So like, obviously you let your thoughts run all the time when you're a lifeguard. And to get through shifts, sometimes I would literally for an hour sing Olivia's unreleased Instagram songs to myself. Like, I'm talking White Flowers. White Flowers is so fucking good. I'm talking about the Twilight song. Oh my gosh, that song's so good. I'm talking, and I'm yours, but not like that. Y'all don't know what Olivia Rodrigo's capable of, because you know what? She's actually capable of every single genre. She could write a musical, bitch. She could have written like Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, because of how like broad and how many genres are in that musical. Olivia Rodrigo's capable of like an Andrew Lloyd Webber level of being able to write in different genres. And I know y'all would compare her to Taylor Swift, but I'm actually comparing her to Andrew Lloyd Webber, because that's how much I like believe in Olivia Rodrigo. She can write anything, and I don't know if you've seen, but she can actually sing. When she was a little girl, she used to sing like Respect by Aretha Franklin and like these big ass songs. She can sing, and I know she's singing like from her soul, like she's giving us like a Lizzie McAlpine, but watch her be in a movie role when she's older and showcase a completely different version of her voice, because she can sing anything and she can write any genre, and she is just unstoppable. Like, I'm sorry, but her career is going to be unlike anything we've ever seen in our lives, brother. Because she's also an actress. And also, people forget that. People forget that she's actually an excellent actress. And I know you're thinking, she was on Disney Channel. It's giving Disney Channel acting. No. High School Musical, the musical, the series, the reason it was so popular and even was able to make a dent in the culture as a reboot is because it was actually very good acting. Olivia Rodrigo's an incredible actress. She was in the American Girl doll movies. I think she's going to be in movies someday. I'm not saying now. I think she's going to have her pop career and enjoy her life. Hopefully, I hope that's what happens. But I think like she might do an Ariana Grande type of vibe, where at a certain point when she's tired of the singing and pop stardom, she'll move to movies, because she can, quite frankly, because that's how good Olivia Rodrigo is. And I think she'll try, like, I think she should go for the Oscar. Like, speaking of Cher, let her give Cher. Let her give Oscar-worthy acting performance, and then iconic pop star of all time. And fashion goddess. Like, she's literally has never had a bad outfit. And I know you guys are going to be like, no, she has. Like, here's a screenshot. I've seen it all. I've seen everything Olivia Rodrigo has ever done, and I don't think she's ever looked bad. And I think everything she's ever done has actually been exactly what she should be doing. Like, I love her down. I think she's perfect. I think she's the perfect pop star. And she's bringing back punk, which I love punk. Punk is like who I am at my core, honey. Like, you don't know me. I've been to maybe like 10 concerts my whole life, and 3 of them have been Brendon Urie. And they've all been great. Sorry. They've all been great. Like, I don't care. And I don't know if this is a good time to talk about this, but I was like bound to talk about this at some point, because it's like, I'm going to drop some lore on you. And some of that lore is, I grew up Mormon, correct? Yes. I also grew up in Las Vegas, correct? Yes. Brendon Urie grew up in Vegas and was Mormon too when he was a child. Long story short, I went to a church girls camp with Brendon Urie's mother, because she's still Mormon and I was still Mormon, and they do like statewide, like Las Vegas wide girls camp some year. some years. And if you don't know girls camp, it's a Mormon summer camp where you go for a week, okay? It's Christian summer camp. You get it. Anyway, she was working in Young Women's at the time in another stake in another ward, and I was going with her. Whatever. Nonetheless, Brendon Urie's mom is fucking incredible. And I know you're like, Maya, like, what? No, she has star quality too, quite frankly. Like, literally, imagine if Brendon Urie was a woman. You know what I mean? Like, and like so much cool. Like, I'm sorry, but like she's cooler. I don't know how to describe it, but she's like the it girl. She's everything you would want to be as like a woman is Brendon Urie's mom. Like, she truly made an impression on me. She like said beautiful words during this camp, and she made it really fun. And people who can make things fun in a very big group are honestly very powerful people. It's not easy to get a group of teenage girls to all have fun at a church summer camp, and she was able to do that. And I think that's powerful. I think that says something about her. But she was also able to get us to sing and dance, and I'm like, that's power. Anyways, this is crazy, but I wrote her a letter because this was me in 8th grade. 8th grade Maya, if I could paint you a picture, is like long brown hair, big ass glasses, braces. I'm chubby. I'm wearing black t-shirts every single day and combat boots every single day. And I'm wearing like Old Navy skinny jeans. And I have a lot of acne. And I really want a boyfriend, and no boys liked me. That was my vibe. And so I was a big Panic at the Disco fan. That was like peak I'm in love with Brendon Urie for me. So to be at that camp with his mom, I literally was like, I was getting true when you're scared of a star. The word isn't stage fright. What's the word? The word is like, I can't think of it. I'm so sorry. But you know when you see a celebrity and you're scared because your like heart races and like, I forget what that's called. But you know what I'm saying? That thing I had for Brendon Urie's mom. And so I was, like, really nervous whenever she was around because I'm like, oh, my gosh, like, I'm a big fan of her. You know what I mean? I would get nervous. I'm so mad I can't remember what it's called. But you know what I'm saying. Throughout camp, I'm like, oh, my gosh, I love her, I love her, I love her. And so I literally wrote her a letter. And no, honey, it wasn't one page. It was a couple pages, okay? It was a couple pages. And I literally talked about, like, my testimony in that, which is crazy because I'm no longer a member of the church at all. But I was talking about how she made a huge impression on me, and she was a source of light when I was like a depressed, chubby teenager. And then I also talked about how much I loved her son in it. But honestly, I'm going to be honest, like, I think I wrote 3 pages, and 2.5 of the pages were an ode to how much she inspired me. And then, like, the last paragraph was like, oh, and by the way, I fucking love your son down. Like, I truly love your son. But I don't know why I did that, but I did that. Anyways, so I wasn't brave enough to go give it to her in person. Like, let's be clear, I was sleeping on the same grounds as her. Like, we were close, bitch. And so I had like a little kid who was like a first-year camper, like, go give it to her. I'm like, hey, go give it to this woman. And then it's the last day of camp and we're about to drive away. Like, I assume she got the letter, whatever the fuck. Like, let's move on, right? And also, like, she doesn't know who I am. There were hundreds of girls there. She doesn't know who I am, you know? And then the last day, right before we're about to get in the cars. Oh, my God, this is so bad. Right before we're about to get in the cars to go home, she comes up to me and gives me a huge hug. And I literally started to cry. This is so embarrassing. I started to cry and be like, oh, like, because I was overwhelmed. I cried because I was overwhelmed, and it was more so like, I didn't think that she would know who I am. I thought this would be more like a anonymous letter, because I'm like, how are you gonna find Maya? Like, out of all these girls, you know what I'm saying? And she found me. She gave me a huge hug. She was like, I read your letter. It was so sweet. And I was like, thank you so much. Like, I literally don't even think I said anything. I think I was just crying. It's so embarrassing. And then she talked about her son a little bit and was like, you know, blank, blank, blank about her son. I can't even remember. That's so bad. And then she, like, did a little dance and walked away. Like, very cute, very sweet. Oh, my gosh, everything. Anyways, I'm crying because I'm overwhelmed, and I go home, and it's, like, lovely. And then, get this. Basically, Brendon Urie has a niece who is my little sister's age. Are you with me? That's already a lot. Brendon Urie has a niece that's about my sister's age, and they grew up together because they grew up in the church together. My sister would go over to Brendon Urie's mom's house, like, to hang out with her, essentially her granddaughter. My friend was her granddaughter. My sister was her granddaughter. No, my sister was friends with her granddaughter, and they would go to her grandmother's house, which is Brendon Urie's mom, and hang out, okay? And according to my little sister, because I have not been to her house, my little sister said that she kept the letter and, like, it's displayed somewhere in her house. And I'm like, that can't be true. Once again, I feel like my family's lying to me. Because I'm like, that's crazy. Why would she keep that? And, like, why would she display it? Like, that's crazy to me. Because, like, I'm a stranger. But I don't know, man. I don't know. That's what I've been told. I don't want to make any assumptions. That's what I've been told. And either I have a family of liars, or, like, those two are true stories and they're crazy things that have happened. Okay? I can't believe how, like, do you know how embarrassing it is to literally cry over a celebrity's mom? Like, but to be frank with you, like, Brendon Urie is, like, what? Like, a modern-day rock star. It's what we have as a rock star of, like, our generation, is, like, a punk pop guy. He's essentially a rock star for our generation. She's very much giving rock star's mom, but in a healthy way. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's cool. She's cool. And so you would get that, but, like, you wouldn't get that because you didn't go to summer camp with her mom, but I did. So you wouldn't get it. Ugh. But anyways, let's go back to Olivia Rodrigo, because that's what I really want to talk about. I know every single Olivia Rodrigo unreleased song, and I think they're honestly all great. Olivia Rodrigo is so talented that she could be, like, a Bruno Mars-esque person and write songs for other people. She can write a more, like, Rihanna-esque song. I could see her writing something with Chaperone or with Tate McRae or with Lizzie McAlpine. Like, she's a shapeshifter. Y'all can clock the Hunger Games song, can't you? Like, she can shapeshift just like Bruno Mars can write a song for, like, Adele and it sound like it's an Adele song. She wrote a song called Luckiest Girl Alive that's unreleased from her third album that got leaked. And you guys, it's so fucking good. And it literally wants to be, like, I want to cry. Because I'm literally like, this song is so good. Ooh, this song is so fucking good. And it is, like, meaningful and joyful and, like, in love and a true level of, like, happiness and joy. It's giving Beatles, quite frankly. It's giving 90s. It's giving a little bit of, like, the Cranberries. And the lyrics are perfect. And the lyrics are perfect. It creates an entire world. It creates an entire vibe of, like, this, like, grass is green, like, down to your roots, grounded type of love. Oh, my God. And it's called Luckiest Girl Alive. And it's just so happy and youthful and perfect. And I don't know if it's going to fucking come out for real. Because there are rumors that they broke up. And I don't want to listen to rumors. Okay. But, like, that was one of the few celebrity couples that I really thought were good. Like, that I really liked. I don't want to say one of the few, but it's one that I, like, really supported of, like, I love Olivia Rodrigo and Louis Partridge or Patridge together. I think they're both hot and young and talented. That's all it takes for me to support you as a couple. And I think they complemented each other really, really well. And now I don't think that album's going to come out because they're no longer together. And it would be very hard to release an album about love when you're broken up. Like, that's pretty brutal. And it seems like, honestly, obviously Sour was the first heartbreak of her life. But this is a different type of heartbreak. Like, Joshua Bassett, and I hate to speak ill, but, like, and, like, I hate to rehash, but quite frankly, it sounded like a situationship. Like, it sounded like she wanted to have a label, and she was essentially in a relationship where, like, she was the girlfriend, he was the boyfriend, but he didn't want to put a label on it. And then on top of that, like, ended things very abruptly, only to be dating Sabrina Carpenter next, and then be open and, like, fine about that relationship being public. That's very hurtful. But this relationship was, like, 2 years. They publicly were very, like, not open, but, like, public-private in the sense of, like, they're fine with the world knowing they're dating and they're posting each other on their social medias. Like, she celebrated some big ass moments with him there as support, and same with him. She's been there for big ass moments of his career. Like, they're growing up together at that point. It's 2 years. That's a serious relationship to have so young. This is a different level of heartbreak, and so in a way that I'm like, it's her first adult heartbreak. And I know that sounds like Maya, literally both albums have been about heartbreaks, but it's just a different level. I felt like an adult relationship, and young adult relationships can really form a person. And so, also, it's a rumor. No one's confirmed that they've broken up. I hope that, I hope that they didn't, so that she can release Luckiest Girl Alive. But if they did, I'm always Team Olivia Rodrigo. I don't really care what happened. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm Team Olivia Rodrigo in no matter what. Whether it's like Taylor Swift, Olivia, I'm Olivia. Taylor Swift and Sabrina, I'm Olivia. Olivia and fucking what's his face, Louis. I'm already forgetting his name. I'm Team Olivia. Like, I really don't care. I'm gonna be Team Olivia every single time because that's my sister. That's my biological sister, actually. So if you have something hurtful to say about her, you're hurting me. And that's all I have to say about that. Luckiest Girl Alive is very good, and I'm like, if that was like a sneak peek into what the album was, I'm like, oh man, I feel so bad because I'm like, once again, if it were me, it would be really fucking hard to release an album about love when you're going through a breakup. But I'm like, honey, if you have the album and it's ready, like, baby girl, just release it, please. Release it and pull an Ariana Grande and release it and do a sweetener. And then literally, if you broke up, confirm it and be like, have it be an artistic thing of like, yes, you can have this great love and the heartbreak can be terrible too. You know what I'm saying? Like, have a sweetener and then a thank you next album release where it's like double release, because you've been away for a while. I want you, honey. I want both albums. You can do a double album release and still release the good, and then not have to go on a press tour and explain the album or celebrate the album. Like, put out a second album too about the heartbreak. And like, she's so fucking powerful. Her mind is so fucking powerful that I know she's gonna do something amazing, like, and make art out of pain, because she clearly does that incredibly well. But I'm like, please don't scrap the album because it's so good. And I love everything she's literally ever put out. Even her unreleased are like genuinely some of the best writing I've ever heard. Let me take you through White Flowers. White flowers and love letters, you say I'm yours forever, but you don't need fuck. But it don't feel romantic right now. I'm pacing and I'm losing sleep. When you don't call, I start to weep. You're everything I cannot live without. I don't know who I would be if I wasn't your baby. I built my life on your attention, of being an object of your affection. Crazy in love don't feel sweet, because when I'm with you, then I miss me! I wish someone would have told me what I know now. Losing love or finding love isn't heaven, it's hell. I'm sorry! That's the best thing I've ever heard! Hey, that's the best thing I've ever fucking heard in my fucking life. And I understand, Olivia Rodrigo, you wrote that a long-ass time ago, but I think about it all the time. Because that is such incredible lyricism, and it's beautiful, and I can imagine a whole world like, oh my god. Like, I don't know what it would take. I'm begging. I don't know what it would take to release that, but I would give you everything. I would give you everything to release that song. That's how good that song is. There are playlists on YouTube that have like 50 plus songs of Olivia Rodrigo's unreleased music. And what I'm doing in my own personal life is I'm sitting around my house listening to that playlist on constant repeat. That's all you need to know. If there is an Olivia Rodrigo song that's been released, I've heard it 1,000 times. and every single version of it. Same with Baby Is You from the damn documentary, which I have seen multiple times, and I don't even watch movies that many times, and I've seen that movie multiple times. Even that movie, I'm like, release the song Baby Is You. It's in the end credits. Like, honey, I don't want to listen to your unreleased music because I want to support you. I want to give you those streams. I don't want to listen to something that you don't want me to listen to because I respect you. But at the same time, honey, you've released 2 albums and one of them didn't even have a deluxe. So I'm sitting here like barren from your music, and you've released these songs on Instagram and then taken them away, which I also understand and respect. But, like, I need you to put out new music, and I don't want you to scrap something that's great, because so far, everything I've heard has been great since the moment you've released music. So I really don't want to hear it. Oh my gosh, there's another song that she put out that was, like, low-key, like, giving indie punk. Like, it was giving Cage the Elephant a little bit, and she was so young, and she was like, I don't know who I am or how to present that to you. I don't know who I am. I'm a rebel without a clue. Bitch, that is such a good song. I love Olivia Rodrigo, man. I just have such faith and belief in her, and I know that we would be friends in real life. I just know it. I also want to talk about my mommy's cookie boxy. So my mom, literally, my furnace is fucking going off. My mom makes these cookie boxes every year for Christmas. And in the cookie box is 25 different cookies. And she makes over 100 boxes a year. And every single box has 25 different cookies in it. So she makes thousands of cookies a year, every year on Christmas. And then gives them out to everyone in her life that is within a drivable distance, this box. And, like, our Christmas card, essentially. And it's something that me and my sisters have had to genuinely go into child labor doing with her, of, like, literally every year for Christmas. You know who was walking up in the cold to those doors and knocking on like, 50 doors and giving them the Caress Christmas cookie box? Me and Monterey. That too, okay? So we've been genuinely doing a lot of the work for years. And on top of that, it's like, we have to help frost. We have to help decorate. We have to help cut out the cookies. But most of all, my mom would make the dough and freeze it. And then we would have to roll the balls out we'd have to take the blocks of dough and roll them into balls so that she could put in the oven. And then my sister had that oven going on a damn timer. Like, it is a big-ass process. It's like running a mini bakery. And we've had to do that ever since I can remember. My mom has kept up the box, even without all of my sisters. And this year I actually got a box. This is the first year in my life that I got my own box of 25 different cookies just for me. In the past, I've gotten crumbs. Like, I genuinely have never tried every single cookie because we don't have extras, girl. Like, we have a few extras. If something breaks, we can eat it. But, like, other than that, my mom did not make a cookie box for our family. We would give them, like, extra cookies if they were, like, a piano teacher for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is community building. My mommy know how to do a community building. Anyways, this is the first year I got my own box. And I was looking at the cookies, absolutely gorged. Just 25 completely different cookies. Everything you could possibly want. It's a dream come true to receive the box. And I know the blood, sweat, and tears that are put into the box. And I came across a snowflake gingerbread cookie. Now, my mom makes the best gingerbread ever. She's such an incredible baker and chef. And the gingerbread she makes is kind of spicy, which is gingerbread I like. And it's not crunchy gingerbread. It's like a very soft, chewy, kind of has a kick to it gingerbread. And then she hand frosted a very simple but detailed design of, like, a frosting on top of the gingerbread snowflake cookie. And I was just I was looking at that cookie and I was just like, I am thinking of my mother working on cookies for hours completely alone. Like, putting so much detail and effort for hours making these cookies alone. And I know how much work goes into these cookies, and picturing doing it alone. Imagine making thousands of cookies from beginning. These are like homemade cookie ass cookies. Like there's not a single half-ass cookie in there. Like the easiest cookie to make is like a peanut butter blossom, which is like a peanut butter dough and then a Hershey Kiss in the middle and powdered sugar on top. That's the easiest one to make. And that is even like multi-step. Like she's not half-assing any of these cookies. Like there is so much effort put into every single cookie, and then every single one of the 25 cookies is delicious and unique and is covering such a wide range of flavor. And I just thought about my mom doing that without anyone, and it literally breaks my fucking heart. I am so grateful for my mom, and like to think about doing this whole thing on her own, it makes me sad. It makes me wish I could have been there to help. Not that I ever have enjoyed this process. It has been a long, and I was against my will, quite frankly. But thinking about it now, I'm like, I was helping my mom community build, and people looked forward to this cookie box every single year, and she felt like she had something to maintain, maybe still does, of like this expectation, less than a gift now, of like every year people expect this cookie box because we've been giving it to them for 20 years. And I'm just like, yes, but she has less help now. I don't know. She also like did the cookies before any of her kids were born. Like this is something she's done every single year. And I was just thinking about that, and I was just like, oh man, like it just makes you think of like your mom as like a woman and like as a human being in general. And it makes you think about like, my mom has been lonely before too. My mom, I hate the phrase because, and I've talked about why I don't like the phrase, but like she was just a girl. She literally was like a little girl before, and has grown up and been disappointed and has like been hurt and has been heartbroken and has been felt lonely before. And now she has to make those cookies, and it's like, it's hard for me to even enjoy the box because I feel so bad at the fact that she made these cookies all by herself. And that being said, the cookies are delicious, so I am going to eat them. But yeah, I don't know. This is like my last episode of the year. So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like happiness is like a very fluid thing, but I think gratitude is another version of happiness. Like anytime that you can think about being grateful for someone, or just have a moment of like, I'm so thankful, I'm so grateful, I think that's you being happy about your state. And the last episode I talked about how miserable I am, and don't get me wrong, I'm miserable very much still, but something that I've really worked on with my family is growing our relationships this year, and I feel like I have, and I feel like I accomplished that, and I'm very happy with where I am with everyone in my family, and I'm grateful for my family. And it makes me happy in this like very hard year. I feel like that is like a bright light that I'm very proud of, because it hasn't always been, and in fact almost my whole life, it's been a very hard relationship with me and everyone in my family. And this year, everything else in my life has fallen apart, and my family has only grown stronger, and I'm like so grateful for that. And my little sister's coming tomorrow for New Year's. I'm so effing excited. I miss Ray Ray, and I love Ray Ray. I'm just thankful, and I'm also thankful for Zoe. I'm thankful for that she's my best friend, and she is like, she's different than me, but she compliments me in all the right ways, and she challenges me, and she is like a sister from another mister. You know what I mean? She's my sister. And I also want to just point out how great the art that we have been given has been. Like, I Love LA, incredible show that I think, honestly, the season finale was the best episode of the entire series, in my opinion. I feel like it really, really, really established what the show was. And that happens with almost any show. Like, you're trying things and you're trying to establish a vibe, and then by the time you're done with it, like done with season 1, there's like a true vibe established for the rest of the show. And I feel like they really found what they were doing in the last episode. I think I Love LA was so good. I cannot wait for season 2. I think I just really love the whole show. Heated Rivalry was so good, and I genuinely thought that was a high budget ass show. Apparently it was very low budget, and a lot of it was green screens. I could not tell the difference. I thought it was just so beautifully shot. I thought it was so expensive looking, and I just love. Give me 20,000 more shows like Heated Rivalry, and I will watch all of them. I just think it's so good. I love the straight hockey guys who are doing like a retelling of Heated Rivalry. I think it's so much fun, and it's like, it's just very fun. It's created, it's a like cultural moment happening, and I'm really thankful for it because I think it is pushing the envelope, and I think it is genuinely a very good show. And I hope they do all the books. I haven't read the books, but I hope they do all the books and all the series and all the movies and all the whatever and TV show and whatever. But I hope they keep going because it's genuinely a very well made, well thought out, great show. I recommend it to everyone. And am I recommending gay porn to everyone? Yeah, I am. But you know what? Maybe gay porn would be good for all of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the world needs a little gay porn right now. Things are really fucking bad. Let's have a little gay porn in our lives. God. I'm also watching Insecure right now, which didn't come out right now, but I'm finishing up that show, and that show has been so good. And it's just really added to how good the shows have been. And then also, there was another show that, oh, The Cher Company. The Cher Company is so good, and it only had 8 episodes, so it ended a little earlier. But once again, very quality television show, very good, established vibe, established tone. I think it's the best thing Tim Robinson has ever made. And I like just absolutely love every choice they're making in that show. Everything about that show, I'm like, I love the cinematography, I love the style, I love the strings, and the characters are very odd, and I love it. I think it's utterly original, and I honestly think it's genius, quite frankly. I think the Chair Company is just genius. And also the music we've been getting quality music this year. And I think next year is going to be really great with Olivia Rodrigo's album because I'm sure she's going to release something next year. Hopefully, please, please, please. Usually when there's a recession happening, there's good music happening, and there really was good music happening this year. Like, I saw Doechii this year. She was fucking incredible and changed my fucking life, and I fuck my Jungkook's life, but now I have Doechii and I don't need to fuck my Jungkook's life. We got some bad music, but we also got a lot of good music, and I'd rather focus on the good. We got a lot of good music this year, and I think we're gonna get a lot of good music next year because we're still gonna be in kind of this hellhole politically, unless something really changes, which I hope something really does change. But that's another element that like is a huge factor in all this is I'm like, oh, it's hard to be happy when politically it's genuinely the worst thing, like it's worst case scenario. Like everything happening is genuinely worst case scenario, so it's hard to be happy about anything because I'm like, yeah, but can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? Like literally stream Jaden Smith. But yeah, I don't mean to end it on a bad note. I'd rather end it on the grateful note, but into the woods, bitch. That's how life fucking works. There's good and bad, and there's gonna continue to be good and bad for the rest of the fucking end of time. So you gotta deal with it. I literally love you. And bye.